Morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meditate with Adam session 163. Thank you for coming along this morning to spend half an hour, quality time, taking care of our mind. We can take care of many things in our life: our body, the people around us, our car, our home, our bank account, our pension, our garden, our kitchen, and all the while forget to take care of our mind. And then something happens and we think, oh, maybe I should start looking after my mind a bit. If we don't look after our mind, nobody else is going to. So in today's world, we often have days, don't we? Mental health day, and maybe even look after your mind day. But we need to go beyond just a day or taking a token gesture from our employee for some mental health package where our employer, tries to help us look after our mental health. We have to take responsibility, really. Nobody is going to look after our mental health other than ourselves, even if we are given freebies and so forth from other people. Eventually, we have to decide that our mind is of utmost importance. It's as important as looking after our physical health, if not more important, due to the way in which our society is structured, our education, our upbringing, the advice we've been given from elders and guardians. We tend to put all the emphasis on our body, almost to an obsession, obsessed with our body, to the point where there's very little, if any, focus and emphasis on our mind, which is a shame. But here we are now, taking time to look after our mind. When we engage in the natural breathing meditation, we're starting to strengthen and train our mind, seeking the object of meditation. What is it? The breath. Finding it, and then holding it. What with? Our mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ability to remember the object of meditation. We try to not have a mind like a calendar, where we sit down, remember the object of meditation. So we're told the object of meditation, okay, focus on the breath. So we sit and then focus on the breath. The next thing we know, our calendar like mind has completely forgotten the breath. It's like, someone tells you their name. Hello, what's your name? And they tell you their name. And the next moment you've forgotten it. Oh, nice to meet you. What was your name again? This is the calendar mind, isn't it? The memory. And we say things like, oh, I'm not good with names. Can't remember names. Can't remember. What was my name again? What day of the week it is? Is it? Our memory can fade. I think, oh, it's just old age. It fades as you get older. No, it doesn't. Just our mind becomes more and more distracted. And we have this incredible human mind, which has the power to, we have the potential to use our human body to attain enlightenment, to free ourselves from the cycle of suffering. And to not use it for that end is a real waste. Just to use it, we don't use it. And if we don't use it, we lose it. And our mind we lose our memory even. We forget. And eventually we'll see people who even forget who they are. This is what happens. Mind is more distracted. Even forget who we are eventually. Memory. very, very helpful. If we train our mind continuously, as in properly, not just look like we're doing it, but actually do it. And only we know that, don't we? We may appear like we're attending a meditation session, but are we actually doing it? Only we can say that. So that's our own integrity and responsibility, isn't it? Whether we are actually bringing our attention back to the object, the training, seeking, finding, holding the object of meditation, what with mindfulness, and then remaining with the object of meditation. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay, 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 stay. Like that. Just like an owner with a puppy by the side of the road. Sit. The puppy wants to run across the road. Doesn't know any different, does it? Just wants to go, go, go. But the owner says, stay, sit, sit. Yeah, sit, stay, stay. And eventually the puppy gets the message. It's the same. We have to train our mind just like an owner. Dog owner trains a dog. We have to train our mind. And our mind is a bit like a puppy, in a sense. It's wild and unruly. Yeah, continuously looking for food. You have to say, look, sit. So this is what we've done, isn't it? We say sit. Okay, now we're sitting, aren't we? That's a miracle in itself. To sit down and meditate, to attempt. When you consider all the other activities you could have done. Right now, we're looking at an internet screen. Look at all the other things we could have been watching and doing. So sit, just like sit, and then stay, 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 seeking, finding, holding, remaining on our object of meditation. And then we keep training that muscle, keep training the muscle of our mind, and then we're really taking the essence of our human life, human being, as opposed to just rushing around, following habitual states of mind that aren't particularly helpful for us, reacting with emotions that upset us. It seems as though our problems come from other people, other situations. But actually, all our problems, every single problem and difficulty we have, comes from our mind. Yeah? In particular, the mind of self grasping, which clings to ourself tightly. And then from that, self cherishing. I'm important, I'm special, I'm the center of the universe. And please acknowledge that. And then when people don't, we get upset. When people ignore us, disrespect us, we get upset and unhappy, miserable. And it seems as though they're causing all our problems. But actually, the root of all our problems lies deep within our mind. And we can start to pacify, control our mind. We can start to get to the bottom of our problems and start to uproot all the negativity in our mind. And every day we feel better, happier. Breathing meditation is a simple, essential, minimal practice. But if we have other, it can take us into deeper states of understanding about various themes. So, for example, on Sunday, which seems quite a while ago now, but on Sunday, we doing these retreats, and we've been doing them every 2 weeks for the last 16 weeks, actually, and we're exploring the theme of death and impermanence. Probably the most important subject to think about if we're wanting to transform our life. Take our meditation from a psychological kind of massage practice where we feel better temporarily to a spiritual practice And one of the death meditations, there's that word again, death. Yeah. One of the breathing meditations that go with the death practice is we just sit and focus on our breathing. And we realize that our breathing is impermanent. Oh, that's a bit morbid for a Tuesday morning. Well, that just depends on our mind, doesn't it? Whether we think it's morbid or not. In itself, it's not. It's how we choose to relate to it. The first obstacle is to get over. That's a bit morbid. Our breath is impermanent. Many people already today, even in the UK, have died. It's 8 o'clock, isn't it? Coming up to 8:15. Already, people have died. All ages. COVID-19, we were told, weren't we, how many people die every day. But before COVID, people were dying. We just weren't told about it. People were dying before COVID. Yeah, every day. Thousands and thousands of people die. This is what happens as humans. We are born. We're born on a particular day. Happy birthday. And then eventually we die. This is the natural state of affairs. And here in the UK, now autumn is coming. You see, everything changing. Impermanence. Leaves falling. You may have one fall on your head. Is that lucky? You're going for a walk in the park, a leaf falls on your head or falls in front of you. That's impermanence. That tree, that leaf, why has it fallen? Oh, I love walking through the leaves in the trees. It's died. We are impermanent. Our breath goes in and out. One day we'll breathe in and breathe out. That'll be it. So breathing meditation. Now, so I'm not just making that up. That's the truth. Yeah. And you can put your head in the sand and pretend it's not. And think, oh, I've got a long way. Many, many years before I need to think about all that. Don't want to think about it anyway. Not very nice. We can think like that if we want, be in denial. Or we can be courageous. And if you do the natural breathing meditation, this understanding may dawn without anyone telling you anyway. As you're focusing on the breath, you may think, oh yeah, actually, one day this is going to stop, and this body that I'm currently in is going to stop, and I'm going to die. And if we can gain that realization and understanding, and that could be today, 1st of September 2020, could be today. I think, well, what would I do with myself today if that was the case? If my breathing was to stop later and I die, what would I do with my day? Would it be any different? It's like a cold shower. Initially uncomfortable, but invigorating. And of course, very, very good for the body. But we don't take them. We're reluctant to because it's uncomfortable. This is the thing, our deep attachment to feeling comfortable, which is one of the reasons why we suffer. Because we don't think about death, we experience suffering every day. Like, oh, this person doesn't like me. What difference does it make if you were to die today, whether someone liked us or not? All the superficial neuroses gone. in one fell swoop. Yeah, it's a big problem solver. So I encourage it as your focus. I'm not this. I'm not going to guide this meditation, this death meditation, at the moment in this, because this is just focusing on the breath. But you may choose, as you're focusing on the breath, to bring this awareness to mind. And actually, if you do the meditation properly, it will come to mind because it is impermanent. And then, as a consequence of appreciating our impermanence and accepting, not being in denial about it, everything changes in our life. You change. And interestingly enough, become happier. Not unhappy, but happier because we've let go. Let's get started anyway. This thing out for the bell. Sitting upright, chest open, so we can breathe fully and deeply. Follow the flow of your breathing. Connecting with our life. And appreciating every breath helps us to stay focused on it. Appreciating the impermanence of our life and our world. Connecting and following the journey of the breath. For the final few minutes, try to place your attention fully, completely on the natural breath. as our session comes to an end, we determine to seize the essence of our day, not waste it, and to make the most of our time in this human body. If we ask ourselves, where's August gone? Where's the month of August gone? It's completely disappeared, hasn't it? Because it's impermanent. We know. We say things like, oh, that went quickly. And then forget. And now we're in September. September feels real, doesn't it? And before you know it, September will be over. Oh, that went quickly. There'll be October. Oh, getting colder. Nights are getting darker. We sort of know, and then we forget. Look around. Everything is impermanent. We try our best to not think about it and to pretend that things aren't. It's almost like if someone says, "You've changed." It's like an insult, isn't it? Oh, you've changed. Yeah, if someone says that to us, we say, "Well, yeah, of course I've changed. I'm impermanent. What do you expect me to do? Stay the same?" We can, like in our homes, we can leave things in the same place. We could have had something in our home. It's been in the same place for years. Yeah, even like something on a mantelpiece, some clock somewhere. And it reassures us, doesn't it? That things stay the same. But they don't. Yeah. Everything changes. And the sooner we can appreciate that and accept it and not being in denial of it, the happier we'll come. The sooner we can let go. There's this Zen quote, let go or be dragged. Yeah. A lot of the time, our suffering, the problems we have, comes because we're being dragged along and we don't want to change. Don't want things to change. If we were to let go, we'd no longer be dragged and we wouldn't have to experience all the pain of being dragged along. Like, for example, denying that we're aging is so painful, pretending that we're not. If we accept it deeply, fully, we can relax and let go. Nature, you know, go into nature, into a park or in your garden, if or look at a tree, see, change is happening all the time. Change isn't something to be fearful of, scared of, something to fully embrace And then we can dance in the play of impermanence instead of being dragged along. I wish you a wonderful month ahead, dancing in the play of impermanence. And I hope to see you tomorrow for session 164, when we're 164. Thanks for listening.